more than demo. Hold on a second. I want to make sure that YouTube connect perfectly. And that takes like 10 seconds. I could sing for those 10 seconds, but then everybody goes. Okay, there it is. Okay, perfect. All right, can you hear me well, everybody? Perfect. Okay. All right, super, super. I am super excited today for what I'm going to say. And the reason I feel that this is so important is because we want to evolve in our business as far as we can. And in order to do that, we had to get out of our comfort zone. The, and when I mean out of the comfort zone, do things that we are not doing now. Even if you are doing certain things good, the reason that's so important to go out of the comfort zone is because we are going to have a team. And if we just are doing only one thing, and when a team, and many of you have already a team, and some of you very big team, what happens is we are not expanding ourselves, we are not going to be able to be good support for our team. I'm always, or many times we are referring always to Christine or to any of the leaders when we supposed to be the leader too. As a matter of fact, as soon as we sign up, even if we don't have anybody, but if we feel that we are going to build the business, you're already a leader of nobody else but you at first. But eventually, you're going to have more people. I'm going to share the slides and to show what I mean. Hold on a second. Share my screen. Right, there it is. Okay, we have to make sure that we don't become one trick pony. It's not nice. As a matter of fact, let me go to the next one. Okay, next slide.
Same old methods, same old results.
Yep. We don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. We have to make sure that we expand ourselves all the time. And when I say expand ourselves, do things that we are not doing now, or we feel that we say, oh, gee, I don't want to learn a new trick. We don't want to be one trick pony. That's definitely, because it's going to limit our growth. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be good in 100 things or anything like that, but just in basic stuff that is going to help you build your business. And not only one way. I'm going to go in as an example. It's very important that we learn how to work our phone, because that's a great way to expand ourselves really quick. Not only we are doing the traditional stuff that we have seen the trainings this week, you are connecting with people, you are mingling with people, and all of that is good. Now, it's so important that we learn also to do how to work a PowerPoint presentation, how to work a Zoom, how to use the tools, even AI tools, because everything is changing so darn quick that many people that are coming aboard, they are looking for something also new, because they say, okay, how can I use the Zoom? And if we are not doing Zoom, but we are referring only to Christine or the leaders to do the Zoom, imagine. And that's so important. And how to use a PowerPoint presentation. And when I mean PowerPoint, could be also Keynote, could be Google Present, could be PDF file. There are many ways to do presentation. PowerPoint is the most popular. I use Keynote because I have an Apple, but I also use PowerPoint because I have an Apple. You can use PowerPoint too. But what I mean is so important, because yeah, we are doing the things that we do every day. But at the same time, again, it's so important that we learn expansion. And you see, the reason I have AI tools, and I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to show you and prove you this morning, especially they just did another update to. Oh, I know. We get an AI tools, I talk about that anyway. But anyway, so important. And the thing that all these things are really simple. Now, many of you already do a lot of these things. But the important is that we always, when we have a Zoom, I noticed that many times people are depending on the Zooms that other leaders do because they don't know how to work the Zoom or they don't know how to show the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation that we have from Tree. Or they don't, and the Tree app is mostly to make it easier when you are sending people to the information. The AI tools is because the AI tools are amazing and they are so simple. And I know it's normal when we are a person that is not being close to technology, we think that's difficult, but it's not. In my opinion, all these tools are as easier. Well, just and I mentioned many times in the past when people didn't know how to even send an email. I mentioned how in 1994, when I was in the company before, I was doing trainings on how to set up an email. And how many of you can do an email? When text messages start becoming popular, a lot of people didn't want to use it. Well, I have to do trainings on how to do text because people didn't know how to use the telephone for text. But then people were adapting to that. The same thing in social media. People that wanted to use Facebook. At first, wow, I was doing trainings. I don't know if we have somebody that it wasn't with me, but I was doing trainings with 100 and 200 people in rooms about how to use social media. Plus, we were doing the Zoom presentation, but we were using GoToWebinar because we didn't have at the time Zoom. And I was teaching people how to do presentations. And now we see how Zoom is common. But many times still, I see it through Tree, and it's not only Tree. I can see it in other network marketing, the same thing. People are still afraid to use Zoom, even though Zoom is very simple. And it's a great way to leverage yourself. And you add to your repertoire, to your tools. And the reason it's part of your growth is because people in your team want to learn that. And if we don't know how to do it, and you see, I'm showing you basic things, and I'm not telling you to do the movie that I showed at the beginning, but even this graphic that I have here, it's so easy to do. I just ask ChatGPT. I don't like the graphic. I say repeat. I don't like the hat. I say repeat. I don't like the way it say repeat until it comes nice. I don't have to have coding or anything like that. Some of you know that when I went to college, I went to business and computer science, computer systems basically, and I learned how to program. At the time, that was complicated. Well, those darn complicated. This is so simple because they are just tools. And that's so important that we keep that in mind. Now, where do you learn it? People say, I don't know how to learn it. I don't have the time. It's like saying, I don't know the time to learn more how to become a multimillionaire because I have more ways to reach people. YouTube is one of them. ChatGPT is the other one. The team trainings are the other one. Every time I have a question, I'm terrible with my hands, by the way. I barely know the difference between a screwdriver and a hammer. I'm not really good. But when I have to fix something, guess what? I go to YouTube. For example, one time the toilet broke and I couldn't find the plumber because it was a weekend. And then what did I do? I went to YouTube. It was a few years ago. And in YouTube, I learned what to do and how to fix it. It was very simple. And I did. But did I like to do it? No, because that's not my strength. Even with my car, what the heck? My car is having problems, and the guys in the dealership said, "Well, you had to pay by like $290 to do a diagnostic and to find out what the heck." And I said, "Okay, let me find out first through YouTube." Ask YouTube, "This is my problem in the car. What could be?" Tons of videos came up, and was just a fuse that was like a $3, and how to change it. I didn't have to pay those $300. Plus, I had to set an appointment, etc. And that happened to me all the time. YouTube is a great place. How to, and I'm going to go in a second there. ChatGPT is another amazing place. And then, of course, the team trainings. Now, YouTube is very simple. Just ask. People say, gee, I don't know how to post an Instagram. Just go to YouTube and say, I want to learn how to use Instagram. Can you find an easy video, Instagram for idiots, if you want to say it? I put it as an example. I don't use much Instagram, but that's an example in the business. I want to be better posting some things that I don't understand. You just go Instagram and there are videos. Sometimes in 5 minutes you say, "Whoa, that's it? Oh, it's simple." There you're going to find tons of video, etc. But even things about the business, objections, etc. That, by the way, for the next one is where I love ChatGPT. ChatGPT is amazing, and they've been doing in the last 4 weeks a series of updates, and right now the update that they did is amazing. Now, going to on all this, many people say, well, Claude is better, and Gemini is better, and ChatGPT. Although I play with the other ones, my focus always is ChatGPT because something that I know about this technology is evolving every day. And today one can be better. Tomorrow the update could be better than the other one. And that's what happened to ChatGPT a few days ago. Now has tons of advantage over Claude. I'm not going to go in details because most of them are so heavy technology that we don't need them. But because make it simpler, way simpler in many ways to Claude and interact with Claude in certain things. If you are creating things that are complicated, I'm not going to go into details because 99.9% of the people, even me, I don't go into things that are too complicated with exceptions. Like the video that you saw at the beginning. I asked ChatGPT last night, how can I use the new image 2.0 to make a short video? First the image, and you saw the image. And then I said, let me show the example really quick. I have to go back to the video. You see, I have two. I have the first. This is one that ChatGPT created. And then I took this one in ChatGPT and I asked, how can I make this into a video? And gave me the instructions and what to use. And took me 5 minutes to learn it. Something I didn't know. I wanted to use it and told me where to go after. Gave me the script. I said, can you create a script to give a video? And I want to do this. And gave me the script. And I say, okay, where do I go now? And gave me several things. And I found one of them that's free for now, and you are not using a lot. And then I put it here. And you see, and now it's a video.
Same old methods, same old results.
And that was asking ChatGPT. And let me go back to ChatGPT. All right. And I'm going to go into a little more in a second. The three app, we don't use it as often, especially in something as simple as sharing information. When people say they want to know more, we want to be Dr. Dan. I think yesterday, I don't remember, it was on the call or somebody else I mentioned that I have a person that after seeing one of the Dr. Dan calls said, I have to learn more about peptides. And I say, why? We have already Dr. Dan doing the heavy lifting there. I don't care much about learning more about peptides. I have an idea for what he said, but I don't explain it. I send Dr. Dan because I know if I explain it, probably I could be saying something wrong. Or with my accent, trying to pronounce some of the peptides, probably people say, what the heck are you talking about? But the app has every information to every product that we have, every ingredient that we have. And it's why it's so important to learn how to use the app. And again, there are trainings. I have recorded probably like 11 videos just on the app in the last year that I've done several trainings on that. And I'm going to do more trainings on that because it's going to be evolving in the next, after August. There's going to be other things that they're going to add. But already for what we have there, for follow-up information, wow, it's so darn simple. And make sure that you attend the tree and the team leader trainings. We have that one going on this weekend in Dallas. But we have the calls in the morning. It's interesting because we have people in the team, and you're sure you have people in your team that they say the business is not going anywhere, but they never are in any training. It's like a person that goes to medical school and they say, I cannot find I cannot pass the grades to the next grade, because if you don't go to class, for example, you're not going to do it. You're not going to get it, the experience. That's so important, and that's why it's so important that we always start updating ourselves, because that's the way that we grow in the business. As a matter of fact, even in something as simple, I'm going to have an example, and I'm going to ask a volunteer in a second. All right. Actually, let me see if I can do it from here. All right. Well, I'm gonna add a new ChatGPT. Open a new window. All right. Okay. I'm gonna talk to ChatGPT and let's see. Kimberly, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, we are going to do a cool experiment to show you how
Oh,
cool is ChatGPT.
okay.
How many times? Oh, here's the music. Goodbye, music. All right. All right. Something very simple. Let's suppose that you are in a store and you find me. You can do that in your phone too, but I'm just going to be using the here. And I have a terrible, I broken English. Barely, you can understand me. But you want to talk to me,
Oh, yeah.
and then I respond to you, but you don't understand me because I'm mixing Spanglish or something like that. Okay, I'm going to ask a couple of things to ChatGPT right now, and we are going to start. And then what we are going to do is a conversation that you are going to have with me in English, and ChatGPT is going to translate it to me into Spanish. And then I'm going to talk in Spanish, and ChatGPT is going to translate you into English. This is an example. Good morning, Chat. How are you?
Morning. I'm doing well, thanks. What's on your mind today?
Okay, I'm going to do, actually, I'm doing a training right now. And the
Mm-hmm.
training, what I'm going to do is, for example, one of them is I'm going to have a person speaking to me in English, and it's going to speak in a second. And I'm going to assume that I don't speak Spanish, but just Spanish. I don't speak English very well. And you can translate
Mm-hmm.
her into Spanish. And then whatever I say into
Mm-hmm.
Spanish, you can tell her in English. Can you do that?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay,
Live back and
perfect.
forth translation
Okay, perfect. Let me,
to Spanish.
hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's start now. The name of the person is Kimberly, and I'm going to say in Spanish, oye, no te puedo entender.
Hey, I can understand. Yeah. Go ahead, Kimberly.
Okay, well, I
Kimberly.
don't understand that. So can you explain what he
Kimberly,
said?
no entendí eso. Así que podrías explicar eso?
Sí,
In
¿me
English.
podrías explicar más qué es lo que me estás
Yes.
diciendo?
Could you explain more what it is you're telling me? Yes. Could you explain more what it is you're telling me?
Translate what George said.
I just told you.
Traduse
Translate.
lo
I've been
que
telling you that.
dijo George. Te lo acabo de decir.
Okay, hold on a
Te he
second.
estado diciendo
Let's
eso.
stop a second. He's telling you what I'm saying in Spanish.
Right, but I heard you say it in Spanish and I need it in English.
Correct. And he told you in English too.
Oh, I didn't hear him. What did he
Yeah.
say?
Okay. I say, I can understand, no puedo entenderte. And he said in his English to you, I can understand you.
Oh,
Well, anyway, I don't want to go
okay.
deeper into because probably you don't hear very well. But this is the cool thing. You can have a whole conversation, and let me say to him. Okay, Chad, how are you? When I say the things in Spanish, you can wait for me to finish the phrase before you tell her in English. It's okay?
Totally okay. I'll hold until you finish your full thought in Spanish and then render it in English.
Okay, perfect. Kimberly, ¿puedes oír?
Kimberly, can you hear him?
Yes.
Ok, ¿puedes decirme más qué me estás diciendo?
Okay, can you tell me more about what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's translating into English what I'm saying in Spanish.
Sí,
Oh,
eso es lo
okay.
que
That's
no
what you said
dije.
in
Él está
Spanish,
traduciendo al
George.
Yeah,
inglés
I
lo
know.
que yo digo en
Hold on
español.
a second, Chad. Yeah, everything that he's saying in English is because I'm saying it in Spanish.
Okay.
All right?
Got it.
The last part said, they say, what are you trying to tell me? And they ask you in Spanish,
Oh,
and they
all
it
right.
says, ask you. It's talking to you. It's
I
translating what I
understand. I
say.
understand. It's just the words were like so funny. It's like, I don't understand. I'm trying to tell you, and never mind. Anyway, so, all right. If you're in a store and you're Spanish speaking,
It
and
could be
I would
Chinese,
warm
by the way.
chat
It could be
you.
Russian. Now, I don't know if anybody speaks Chinese because I could do an example. But
Okay.
anyway, let me go back again. Okay, Chad, I'm gonna, like I said before, I'm gonna talk in Spanish, and as soon as I finish the phrase, tell her in English what I say. It's okay?
Got it? I'll do that.
Okay. ¿Qué es lo que me estás tratando de decir?
What are you trying to tell me?
I just wanted to say good morning.
Solo quiero decir buenos días.
Oh, muchas gracias. Sí, buenos días también.
Uma, thank you very much. Yes, good morning to you too.
You look so professional. What do you do for a living?
Entonces, a nivel profesional, ¿a qué te dedicas?
Bueno, yo estoy en inversiones. ¿Y
Well, I'm in investments. And
qué haces tú?
what do you do?
Oh, well, I'm an entrepreneur looking for business partners,
Bueno, soy emprendedor y en
and
cuanto a ingresos para socios comerciales y
Oh, perfecto. Entonces tú eres en una persona de negocios.
so you are a business person.
yes.
Sí.
Oh, mucho gusto en conocerla.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second. I know at first it can sound weird because you are getting used to, but you see, you can have a conversation back and forth. And if you are in ChatGPT and you can tell it is going too fast, you say, wait until I finish my phrase and then you speak.
I
Like I
love
say
this.
to like I say to ChatGPT too, because remember it's your person. It's like you have a personal translator. Now, what I'm showing is an extreme example in case you are talking to somebody that doesn't speak English, but you can do it for everything. And if you notice something, the tone of ChatGPT has changed also. It's even more friendly. As a matter of fact, the ChatGPT is set up in a way that if I pronounce something wrong, I already programmed that to correct me. And it corrects me in the middle of my phrase. That's cool. Let me ask something else. Hey, chat, I'm back. By the way,
Welcome back.
I just want telling people that right now you have a new version, and actually you can even correct my English if I say something wrong. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want gentle corrections on your English as we go, I can do that.
Yeah, could
For
be
example, a
gentle.
smoother
Oh,
way to say that.
perfect.
Sure. Something like, I want to tell people that right now there's a new version. And actually, you can even correct my English if I say something wrong. Say it once more, and I'll give you a light touch along the way.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Go ahead.
perfect. Yes. Yes. If I say anything wrong, you can correct my English. And as you know, English is my second language, and it's a great help. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, that was clear. Just a tiny tweak. If I say something wrong, sounds a bit more natural than anything wrong. Otherwise, you're doing great.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. You see how cool it is? It's correcting
Super
me.
cool. I
But you
love
can use
it.
it for anything in the business too. Okay, let me ask. Okay, chat, I am back. I'm going to ask you some objections that I have in my
Hmm.
business to see if you can help me. It's okay?
Yeah, sure. Tell me a bit more. What's the objection you keep hearing?
Okay, I keep hearing people telling me that they don't have money to start a business. What do they say?
Yeah, that's a super common one. I'd slow it down and show empathy first. Something like, yeah, I hear you. Then ask a quick question like, is it cash flow or risk that concerns you most? That little question will reveal where the fear really is. If it's cash flow, you can ask, if this startup were small and low risk, would you still want to explore it? Keep it exploratory, not pushy.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it light, just explore.
Okay, very interesting. Now, I just did a training, and you probably had it in your mind. And the training was about how it's important in our business to learn to expand knowledge. Like, for example, learn how to do Zoom presentations, how to use the PowerPoint, how to learn how to use ChatGPT. Why is that so important?
That's a great focus. Yeah. Those tools multiply your reach, save you time, and make it easier for prospects to really see what you see. Zoom builds connection without travel. PowerPoint keeps your message crisp, and ChatGPT helps you draft, brainstorm, and prep faster. So the skill isn't just tech for tech's sake.
Hmm. That's cool. Now, if I have a question
It's
and I cannot
clarity,
find my
speed, and
leader, can I
consistency.
ask you?
The real win is you showing up confidently.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's true.
Of course, go ahead.
Okay, you can ask me. And
Okay,
is
shoot.
YouTube
What's
a
the
good
question?
resource for information?
Absolutely. Just be intentional. Search for official tutorials, channels tied to the product, or well known educators. Use recent uploads. Check comments for accuracy and save a small playlist to rewatch. Treat it like a mini course, not random rabbit holes.
Cool. Now, if I want to learn how to do a PowerPoint presentation over Zoom, can I come here and ask you?
Definitely. I can walk you through it step by step. We can start with the file setup, screen sharing, audio checks, and simple slides that keep people engaged.
Perfect. Can you help me to design the graphics?
Hmm. Absolutely. I can help you from start to finish. Basics like PowerPoint slides, social graphics, prompts for AI images, whatever you need. Knows right to you don't need to know it all. Just tell me what you want. Like, make me a slide about Zoom, and I'll help make it clean and professional.
Perfect. Okay, thank you very much. All right, let me get out of here for a second. Now, as you see, there's no reason for us to be scared of anything. We can ask, for example, like I was say, is asking ChatGPT about everything, everything. Even you see, I ask about objections. I ask about something technology. Even I did translation. Anything that comes to your mind, you can do it, and it's going to help your business. As a matter of fact, you can even help you train your people about something that you say, oh, I don't want to explain it now, but let me talk to my friend ChatGPT. And by the way, by you're doing it, they say, how do you do that? As you saw, I just ask. And then you are helping people to actually to learn that too. Let me go back to the PowerPoint presentation really quick, and then just go to questions after this slide. Okay, it's interesting that by doing that, guess what? And again, I had this slide last night. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I say, actually, I would love to do a graphic of this slide. And then I asked ChatGPT, can you write me a prompt to create a video of this? And he said, sure. And I used the system that ChatGPT told me before, and this is what it came up.
We stopped doing things the old way, and everything changed.
The answers were right in front of us.
Success isn't luck.
You see, and of course I am for 10 seconds, why it's short. But that's, you see, I ask. I didn't have to go into coding or learning programming or anything like that. Many of you already know do one-page presentations of the things that you want to cover, but he can help you in so many ways to help you the business, but especially in things that are really basic. Like I said, doing presentations, and the reason again I'm so strong saying about Zoom is because every person that we sponsoring locally has somebody that lives outside the area. And then we invite people usually to Zoom that some leaders are doing. But if we don't feel comfortable doing the presentation, we keep referring to somebody else, to a leader, to a presentation, etc. And we kept doing that over and over again. And if that person is not available, we have to adjust because we don't know how to do it. And that's so important that we learn how to do it. And then you, for example, doing sharing, an example, learning how to look in YouTube is very easy. That slide tell you how to look in YouTube. They take you about 30 seconds to learn how to look in YouTube for an answer for something. For example, about an example is Zoom, or ChatGPT can give you the step-by-step, like said to me a few seconds ago. The business, we can make it simpler. And remember, ChatGPT is our assistant. You can change the voice too. You can change it to a different voice. You can change the accent. I was going to do that today. I was going to, by the way, doing Spanish with somebody a few days ago. This woman she's an American, but she lived in Argentina for a long time. And when she speaks Spanish, she has the very heavy Argentinian accent. And I was showing how ChatGPT, she wants to learn more about ChatGPT. And I was showing her the presentation. I think, let me see if the Wilkerson are here, because they were with me. They can tell you. Yeah, I was with them. Is somebody? No, they're not here. Okay. And I was with them. And then I said to her, let me show you Spanish. I put it into Spanish. Can you say it with an accent from Argentina? And start saying, Che, ¿cómo estás? In Argentina. And she's looking at me saying, holy cow, she speaks Argentinian. It's the accent, no? Even in the same language, you can say, can you talk like somebody from Atlanta, or somebody from Virginia, or somebody from Florida, or somebody from a cowboy or cowgirl from Texas, or New Yorker, or Canadian? They're still English, or Australian. I love the Australian accent, or British, or whatever you want to add. Or New Zealand. But that's the cool thing is you can personalize it, and you can tell ChatGPT, can you slow down when you talk to me? Can you do it faster? Because sometimes it comes kind of fast in certain things. And it's why my ChatGPT is so calm, because I told my ChatGPT to be calm and speak slowly. It's why when you hear it, it's very clear what he said. And you can change men or women too. That's really cool. But the reason I'm saying that is because not to become an expert in ChatGPT, start creating videos and all stuff. It's just that it helps you in so many basic stuff. You can use ChatGPT, and I said in one call a few weeks ago, as the coach, that you can do role playing. Like I asked about the objection today, and you can do role plays. And one of the things that I'm creating, something called ChatGPT has, that's called skills. That's also in cloud, but ChatGPT make it much easier with the new update that they had. And the skill is simple. You upload the skills of something, a book, for example, any of your favorite books. Let's suppose that you like the power of now. And then you say, do you know about the power of now? You ask and say, yes, I have okay, can you create a goal setting based on the power now for me? Sure. And the same is with the skills. You can upload skills or things. Even a webinar that I did, you get upload or put the link on my webinar and say, I want to learn that skills. Can you use that video by George Ruiz to use what he taught? Sure. And suddenly it's going to create us a whole system based on what I taught. And those skills I update. I have a lot of them that are already uploaded. And then I'm going to create what is an agent that's going to be George Ruiz agent. When you go there, hey, somebody came with this objection or these questions. Do you have the answer? And it's a 90% chance that the answer is going to be in that agent. Now, I can use my voice, but I'm going to do it in writing because my voice is a little more complicated. But I mean, it's not much more complicated. It's just that it takes more bandwidth. But what I mean, you can do it with yourself or with any book. You can create a whole training and you say inspired by the because copyright issues. You cannot say the book, but you can say inspired by Anthony Robbins' book, Personal Power. Can you give me a goal setting set? And it's going to repeat to you, yes, I'm going to do an inspired Anthony Robbins or Bob Proctor or whoever you have as a person, as an admirer. Even if you have not read the book, can you give me the highlights of the book and set up the goal setting plan in Personal Power? Actually, the second book is tremendous, the one that Anthony Robbins said. Can you set up a goal setting for me created by Anthony Robbins? Sure. And you can go even a step with the new update, I have not tested because that just recent this part of the update. You can say, can you create an app for goals based on what Tony Robbins teach? Now create the app for you, and you have your own personal app for goal setting. You don't have to say how to create it. You just ask based on this. And then when you say you are not happy with something, oh, can you instead this form, can you have this? Can just ask. And then you can personalize forms, you can personalize everything. In other words, when I was in the company where we make several $1 million, one of the things that one of the vice president of sales, we were in a small meeting with her. We were only like 40 leaders or something like that. And then she told us, all of you had to have a personal assistant because you're already making more than $1,000 or $1,500 a week. I don't remember how much you have. When you got to certain income, she was encouraging people to create a personal assistant, to a real personal assistant where you were going to pay $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month or something like that to help you with things like that I'm talking about. With ChatGPT, you don't have to have a personal assistant. Right now, not only can make, for example, let's suppose that you set up ChatGPT, and by the way, how do you do it? Just go and ask. I want to have every Friday. This is my list of things that I want for my grocery, and I'm gonna buy every Friday. And ChatGPT is gonna buy from you and then comes to your house, whatever place you buy from. And now, normally in the past, if didn't find the whatever you were looking for, could get confused. Right now, reason and even ask you, they don't have tomatoes. Do you want to replace with something? Send you a text out of the blue. We checked this Friday, they're not gonna have tomatoes. It's okay if I look for a replacement. This is the replacement that I'm looking for. And you just say yes or no. Place the order for you and comes to your house. And that's the new update on ChatGPT right now. One of the reasons, a point that I will bring in here on the case of the ChatGPT, a lot of people keep jumping to new, they say, oh, ChatGPT is great now. Instacart. Actually, you can have ChatGPT with Instacart. You can have it with, but anyway, I think Instacart, I'm almost sure. But anyway, one of the cool things is that I stick usually mostly with the same model. I've been stuck with ChatGPT for since I started, and I started getting the paid version about a year ago. And I was tempted many times to go to other ones. But knowing technology, I knew that they're going to go back and forth. One day Gemini is better. One day Claude is better. One day, and people keep jumping. Oh, now Claude is the best for coding. It's amazing. It's funny. A lot of people jump to Claude because they heard that was safer and that was the best. But in reality, on safety are the same, both of them. And but in new stuff, they change back and forth. That's why I stick with one, because if you keep jumping back and forth, you have to keep learning new stuff. Because although the prompting is very similar, things change when you go to a new system. And that's why I stick with ChatGPT. People, I always say in the past, I love Gemini because I love the quality of images is better because Nano Banana, that's the one that Gemini. No, with image 2.0 ChatGPT just introduced, it's as good or better than Nano Banana. Now I know Nano Banana already releasing a new version that says better than image 2.0. They're going to go back and forth on that. I just stick to the one because I know they are going to keep improving, all of them. But remember, ChatGPT is your assistant, and he or she, depending you call it he or she, is the one that is learning all the new stuff. You don't have to. You just ask. It's just that every time you ask, it's going to have better answers. That's simple. And ChatGPT can do like I did for the video. I asked, how can I create a prompt to create a video? Because I didn't know what to say. ChatGPT created for me. Because I didn't know exactly what to say, because I tried on my own before, and sometimes some were coming weird stuff. And they say, well, can you give me a prompt for this video that is that this image that, and they say, sure, and give me, and ask me question. Do you want it cinematic or you want it simple? They say, well, simple. Or you can, it's asking you questions. Going back to, and because I don't want to make it much complicated, what the point is, technology is here to help us. And that's why even the basic stuff we had to learn it because our team, even if you don't like it, our team, we had to learn the basic stuff. You don't have to be an expert on ChatGPT, but you are going to bring people that are going to become experts in ChatGPT. You don't have to become an expert in Zoom or Keynote because you can do cool things with Zoom and Keynote. It's not only the typical presentation that you see, but if they know just the basics, great. And you don't have to go into the details because if you sponsor somebody that wants to go into the rabbit hole of technology, great, but at least you know the basics. You know that you can do a presentation using PowerPoint or Keynote, depending if you have Mac or a PowerPoint. But if you have a PowerPoint and you have been using a Mac in the past, there's not a lot of difference. I like more Keynote because I feel it's simpler than PowerPoint, but that's my opinion. But I know how to use both because they're very similar. But anyway, the point is, instead of being scared of technology, we embrace the basics. We don't have to go into the big details like people that were jumping clothes. I heard that's much better by coding. And what the heck are you coding? They don't know. But now the new update to ChatGPT, one of the guys that I follow was saying last night, I feel that this new update is making ChatGPT better than Claude, but that could change it next week. Or Gemini is the one to jump ahead, or some other from China is going to come out of nowhere, like happened already in the past, and start getting better than all of them. And then that's why all of the ones that are here in the US that had to get their things together because they were getting too I would say too comfortable because the US was dominated so much, and then the Chinese came with this that was even faster to respond. That was last year. And now they say, we better start moving ourselves again. And now they pass again the Chinese. There are several Chinese models. And they're really good too. But I'm using the American models because I trust them more, but it's my opinion anyway. But anyway, I just want to get the point. And the app, we had the app. It's why we had the technology. It's why we had the app. They are going to do another update. I think it's going to be after the event in August. Not necessarily just after the event. It could be September or October that they are updating the desktop part. But the basics are the same. How to set up your website. That's something that I'm probably going to do next time. I have videos on that, but I'm going to do it again. Especially because I had to update the links yesterday because if you already have a GLP-3, for example, and you have a link that say buy now, with the new packaging, those links change. And then I just went there to change the link. Yeah, because the new packaging is different. It has 4, and the link that has before to the 3 packages is not working. And I imagine that was going to happen. Yesterday, I start testing and say, and I just changed the link. And it's easy because it's more like when you set up the link the first time. But anyway, any questions? Yeah, because talking a lot, I'm losing my voice. And the reason I'm losing my voice because yesterday I was doing a training on this exactly in person. And I have started with 2 people and we ended like 8 people talking. And these were people from finances, from different things. Because they're saying, whoa, that's amazing that what you can do. There was another person there that knew already a lot, but she knew some things that I didn't know, and I knew things that she didn't know. And then everybody there most people knew the basics of ChatGPT, but things like the language, etc. When we start talking like that, the person was talking in German to me, and I was translating into English, and I was speaking in English, I was translating to German. That was so cool. And they said, this is so cool. We were having so much fun. But I was the one that talked the most. That's why I'm losing my voice. I guess I talk too much. Any questions before we go?
George, this was,
Hi,
this is,
Janelle.
yeah. This is so good. So good. I mean, it's just learning this to help us, and it's amazing. You're so detailed and just so knowledgeable about all of this. So quick question. You said that is your training the same on all this, or you have different trainings on all this app stuff?
On the app, I have several trains, but most of them are similar. And the reason are similar
Okay.
because I want to make sure that people get the basics. Although there
Okay.
are other ones that they're going to get more deeper because going to the CRM because they have a CRM within the app. However, it's very basic. It's not for those of you that are familiar with CRM. It's super basic. It's mostly if somebody asks for information, you write down there what the person said to you, and you have everything in the app and
Okay.
then and give you messages for follow up, etc. But it's super basic. But it has the CRM, for example. Most people didn't know you can upload a bunch of names into your app too, and then you have everybody there. Although because you are using your phone numbers that you have in your phone, you're connected in general, unless you are put in lists that you found somewhere else, and then you upload it there in your app. In general, most of the time it's connected to you. But if you have excuse me, an Excel file or any file that can be uploaded with names, you can do that too. I mean, there are so many little things that you can do. Most of the time, we've been talking about the basics and how to create your sites. That's not, no, it's no basic, but it's very simple. But there are other things a little more
So,
intense.
so George, real quick. So can you use the app just like Project Broadcasting? Are you familiar with Project
Yes,
Broadcast?
project broadcasting is more complete in certain things
Okay.
because you can create more stuff. It's more complete. One of the things that I've been talking to JJ is to keep updating our app to the point that it's going to be almost like project broadcasting. Right, project broadcasting has some advantage,
Okay.
and the way that you can create follow-ups, and it can connect to a lot of the other softwares or your email service, or you can use their own service for texting, etc. That's an advantage that it has that the app doesn't have yet. You can send also a lot of text in the app, but it has a little bug. That is why I don't tell people to do it. Project Broadcast doesn't have bugs on that. You can send a million texts at the same time if you want to,
Okay.
and create. That's the advantage of Project Broadcast is.
Okay.
I think there are products better than Project Broadcast, and as a matter of fact, I'm right now testing one. I've been testing one for about 2 weeks, and as soon as I had a much clearer, because I can adapt it to three, I would be telling everybody. But right now, I just testing it. Because it's more up to date with the new stuff that's coming in. And like Project Broadcast, you can sync it to so many other programs if you are deep into that. It's really cool too.
Okay.
But
Thank
anyway,
you.
but Project Broadcast is really good. The app is for 99.9% of the thing that we do is enough. That's definitely. Okay, Elizabeth, go ahead.
Hi, George. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, I
I'm
can.
outside. Okay. Um, I just want to say thank you so much for raising the bar each time because I, I was very sure that chat could speak the language of my mom's, you know, birth language. It really does. That's how powerful it is. And my dad, so it has all the different languages. But I what I learned today was even more. I think the translation piece. I was at the store the other day and this guy who was from Russia, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I would have used that if I knew it right away.
Yes,
So it's just really exciting
yes.
for what it could do and for us. But I have a question. How do you think, what is the simplest way if we are to involve people? Because I think one of the things that people, maybe other BAs are very concerned about is there are people I know who really want it, but how do they, they just don't know how to manage it all with what they're doing. I was talking to someone yesterday in Dallas, and she was telling me how busy she was and how she's an NP and has a full-time job, and then she just opened a new pharmacy. She's there over the weekend. And I said, well, how is business going? Congratulations. That's so wonderful. How is that going? She said, it's picking up. It's very slow, but so that said, oh wow, she's sitting there. She's picking up it's not that busy. So she can work her business. And so I started giving her suggestions.